Hello to the EPA community, my name's Tom, I'm the Projects Manager here at the EPA, and this morning I'll be providing a quick update on all things projects. There's been some really fantastic work across the EPA's 6 industry projects, and I'm here to provide some headlines. I also want to provide a quick reference to 2 projects which are currently bubbling away under the surface here at the EPA, and 2 projects which we're very excited for as we head into 2021. Firstly, in terms of project inclusion, I'm very excited to announce that we will be publishing a white paper in 2 weeks' time. And this white paper is a snapshot into the state of financial inclusion in the UK. The white paper will contain the perspectives and the findings from a series of interviews which Ravi Meshram conducted. Ravi is a member of Project Inclusion, and he conducted several interviews with about 20 industry stakeholders, from fintechs to banks to end consumers, and we have brought all of this data together, and we will be putting it in this white paper and providing some comment on it, and hopefully that provides a really interesting snapshot into the state of financial inclusion and exclusion in the UK. So very excited that we will be publishing that very soon. As well as that, the project team met on Friday, and we decided that we should be going to you, our members, and asking you guys what you think some really key issues will be in terms of financial inclusion as we move into 2021. What are the really big ideas that we need to address, and the ideas which the EPA can have the most impact with? The team discussed access to cash, issues around universal credit, the role open banking can play in financial inclusion. There's lots of areas to choose from, but we need to choose the ones where we can make the most difference. So if you would like to contribute to that conversation, you can join the project directly, or please reach out to myself, or you can reach out to Josh Burl of MasterCard. He'll be very, very happy to hear from you. Secondly, in terms of Project International Trade, today marks the last day of the EPA's first ever Virtual Fintech Trade Mission. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors, Global Processing Services and Trust Payments, without whom it wouldn't have been possible. I'd also like to thank our EPA team, which has been made up of Kevin McAdam, Karen Mitchell, and Maria Stavru. It's been a fantastic 6 days of activity. We covered lots of different content sessions, fireside chats, panel discussions, and fintech clinics. We looked at things like the new Payment Service Act in Singapore, the Consumer Data Act in Sydney, how to navigate regulation in Hong Kong, and hopefully this really we were able to enlighten our members on some of the developments in the APAC region. We heard from 30 specialists, from people who are working at fintechs to government agencies to the regulators. So it was a really great opportunity to get some really high-level insight. As well as that, we ran fintech clinics. So some of our members got to meet these specialists on a one-to-one basis, and hopefully that has allowed for some great connections to happen in the future. We're really looking forward to hopefully repeating a trade mission like this again in 2021. This month, Project Recovery hosted its second event of its focus group series. This focus group series has been a really integral part of Project Recovery, and it's been all about focusing on some really key issues that are impacting the payments industry, which have been accelerated due to COVID-19. On the 22nd of October, Project Recovery hosted a focus group on well-being and how to thrive in the workplace as we've been propelled into this new state of virtual working. We've been experiencing regional lockdowns, and looking ahead with this national lockdown, things are going to stay tough for a little while. So it's been really interesting and really such an important exercise to do, to really examine well-being and mental health, and I was really proud that Project Recovery were able to do that for some of our members. 15 EPA members attended the focus group, And it was really nice just to hear from them about their own personal experiences of virtual working and just focusing on how they've been focusing on their mental health. The focus group was led by two experts in this field, Dave Stryden, Learning and Development Manager at GPS, and Mike Thompson, who is the Managing Partner at Generation Healthy Minds. It was a privilege to have them both on the focus group. We will be sharing some video snippets of the focus group, which will hopefully provide some helpful tips for the rest of the EPA community on how to support your own mental health in a very difficult time. In terms of Project Financial Crime, there's been several developments that have happened over the last month in the world of financial crime. So conversations have been very busy and interesting during the meetings. In terms of some key activities the project are up to at the moment, there's three. Jane G, the project lead, will be submitting evidence to the Treasury committees on economic crime, and this is examining anti-money laundering and sanctions regimes, as well as economic crime that is affecting consumers. Jonathan Jensen of GBG, who is also a Project Financial Crime member, will be producing a report on the state of the digital identity market in the UK and some developments that are happening across the government in terms of digital identity at the moment. This report will be released to EPA members very soon. As well as that, at the last meeting, we welcomed Ian Minot from the NCA, and Ian and a team at the NCA are doing some really important work to monitor transactions and create lists of keyword searches in its attempt to really battle the issue around child sexual abuse and exploitation. The Project Financial Crime team really recognised the important work that the NCA and Ian are doing on this, and the EPA would like to support the NCA in its endeavours. Lastly, there has been two important projects which I've left out of some headlines. That includes Project Open Banking and Project Banking Access. Both of these projects have had a small subgroup of EPA members working together to develop the specification and think about some initial activities which could happen for both of these projects. They're both very important projects. The aim of Project Open Banking is to focus on how we can encourage the adoption of open banking in the industry. And Project Banking Access is looking at how we can keep open bank accounts for business, for our members, and for the wider industry. Another really, really important project. So these projects are underway with a small subgroup of members, but we're really looking to kick these projects off and take them into 2021 and achieve great things with them both. If you'd like to help shape the direction and the policies of one of these projects, please do get in touch. And also, if you just want to meet like-minded individuals who also share an interest in open banking or access to bank accounts, then reach out and you can join the project.